It's 11 p.m. Tuesday night, and I decided to build something smaller today since I built two kind of bigger set in past 2 weeks. So this is the 2024 Lego City Burger Van, and this particular reason that I'm quite into this because this is a different kind of food truck. And without further ado, let's just open it and start building it. After building some bigger set, today after sorting everything out, I did have a thought, hey, should I, do some Lego, or should I just take a day rest? And I decided to continue to build it. So just one instruction booklet, or no, actually two instruction booklet. One is the burger stand, and the other one is the truck. And of course, I will scan the QR code later on. But this is actually a pretty cool looking sign. Surprisingly, no stickers. A lot of people have already bought this and built this. I actually bought this I think 2 or 3 weeks ago if you look back to my community post, because that was a very good deal. It's like just 25 New Zealand dollars, because normally it's rated at 38 New Zealand dollars, which is pretty high price. And given that there's only two bags, so I can just put all the bags on the table. And let's start building the van. And there are two minifigures included in this set. So we got to build the burger stuff first. Let's just make sure that I got everything out properly. I really struggle to open some of the Lego bags sometimes. I don't know why. No matter what it is, opening like this or just tear it off, just struggling. Next time I would get a scissors ready so I don't have to end up in this situation. And look at this, it's a very nice print, which I can close up once I do the detail or in-depth look on the set. But first, let's just build the minifigures. And because there are lots of black pieces and the minifigure has a black lower part, it was a little bit difficult to find it. The hair is not new because it doesn't have the holes on there. Got the cap with ponytail, also not new, and with the fork. But the torso has a really nice burger print. To be honest, maybe once it's available from Pick the Book, I should buy multiple of them, because I think there's a potential to create a burger shop from this. I mean, because they have the logo, they've got the printed piece, so you can actually make a burger chain rather than the band can do it with an actual shop. That would be nice. You can make it modular, and every time I have so much or so many thoughts on building different stuff, but it's always just in my head. Never got the time, and I guess more to do with motivation, because if I really want to do it, I can always make time. But yeah, one reason to build a small set is because it's quite late, and I still need to drive to the office tomorrow, so it's better not to how should I put it, not to spend too late in the evening, because otherwise I will I will actually become a road hazard if my concentration is low. People nowadays kind of drive very aggressively, and there are always some idiots around on the road. And if I become unfocused, then I become one of the idiots. And when two idiots collide on the road, and it's not going to end well. I don't want to be starring in a short clip on Reddit like idiots in cars or extreme car crashes. I don't want to be the focus in those videos. So yeah, we'll make sure that I get enough sleep, and tomorrow should be a good day. Um, yeah, which way I should get it? This one, this one. Um, so far, because the truck or the van itself looks a little bit different, so obviously it gives you a slightly different building experience compared to your typical food truck type of deal, right? Because they have the pizza truck, they have the ice cream truck, they have the the frozen Coke truck, pink one. Last year they also got the farmer's truck. Most of those truck actually um, is similar style and design. That's why um, yeah, most of them have very similar um, building experience. So this one is good because it has something different. But I think I can finish this quite quickly because you know let's say 5+ set, right? It's not going to be too complex. I think most of the time once it go over like 8+ or 10+, then you start getting some like smaller details, which take some times, especially in the evening. And maybe that's just me, but hopefully there are people similar. And if you are also one that end up building a bit slower in the evening or very late in the evening, let me know, or let me know in the comments, or how did you find building Lego in the evening. To be honest, if you're working full time and have other commitment, the only time that you can spend on your own hobby is really quite late in the evening. um, and if you have limited space as well, then it's like, hey, you bought those big sets. It's always, it's not like I don't want to open this. Opening it creates other kinds of challenges, which result in using additional brain power. And when you have a job that require you to constantly think and solve problems, you kind of end up quite exhausted, in the evening. And if the other stuff that you need to, know, spend a lot of time thinking and how to solve the problem, and even though it's enjoyable, but at the end of the day, you get more exhausted, and it's not sustainable in the long run. For a healthier life, and I want to take your hobby not too seriously. Because if you take it too seriously, then it might not. Well, I wouldn't say not end well, but it will take a toll across everything. Because you're not just burn out from the work or daily life, but you also might end up if you taking like your hobby too seriously, then you will also end up burning out from your hobby. And having enough sleep, I wouldn't say it has to be like many hours, but reasonable. Like no one asking people, hey, you need to sleep 14 hours. That's too much. But having in like good sleep, it's so important. um Recently it's a bit hard because the weather has been not nice. Pretty hot. I mean, the last 2 days has been really cool because of the wind and the storm. But tonight, back to the uh, the the hot, humid night that doesn't really allow you to have good sleep. And this is really nice on the side with the flaming effects. It's like, hey, this is flame grill burgers. Talking about burgers, like last, is it Sunday or Monday? Was in the shopping mall, and then we have a chain called Better Burger in New Zealand. So it started like I think 7 or 8 years ago from a corner of a bistro. So when they first started, they used really good quality meat and good quality brioche buns, and the price was very reasonable. Having a combo, it's like 13 New Zealand dollars. Yeah, that was really good. Like if you, even you consider like inflation, right? Um, the price you pay and the quality you get uh, was a very good ratio. And nowadays they kind of became successful, and they open up lots of um, shops. I mean, some of the shops still make it really good, but I guess the new one in my neighborhood, I think it was okay, but definitely there's a significant drop in quality compared to the first store. The problem is, it cost me $24, and that was just, on top of that, it was just mediocre fast food, right? And you have to pay $24. That was a bit disappointing. So I'm not sure. I don't think this set include a menu, given that they don't have stickers, so everything is just printed. I wonder how much the burger will cost from this burger van. If you have any idea, let me know in the comment section. Hopefully, it's not going to cost too much, but in Lego world, it's either cost you a $5 coin or it's gonna cost you $100 in notes. And I don't see any notes in this set, so I think it's a $5 coin, so it's not that expensive. Imagine, you finish the set and the customer is actually paying with the notes piece, the notes tile, which have a 100 printer on it, and that would be pretty ridiculous. And just checking the Lego logo, which side it's pointing at. It's just OCD kicks in again. Yeah, I used the wrong piece at some point because I think I couldn't find one of the. It's just underneath here. It's always happen. So hey, I couldn't find the piece, and it's just right in front of you. Just like lots of things in life, it's like you've been searching for something for so long, and then the thing is just right in front of you. But with Lego, you're not going to miss out or let it get away. But in real life, there are lots of situations where it's like, you let that chance go and you're never gonna come back. You get something different. But if you look back, it's like, hey, is it how your life would change if you pursue with certain opportunities, whether it's life, whether it's career, whether it's other stuff. um, but then if you got the chance, do you still really want to go back and start everything again? Because if you made that choice um, happen before, that means the current moment will not happen, right? It's you well, of course there might be something will still happen similar, but the thing is, if you make certain choice that you think you're gonna have a better life, but then don't forget, uh, you know, even you make a the actual choice that you may also leads you to this point, which also have lots of things that is worth treasuring, even though you might feel like, hey, something got away that you wish that you had another chance, right? Don't think like that. Always. I mean, it would be nice. You can imagine or fantasize on what's gonna happen, but you know, even you get the time machine, don't try to go back and change the past, because you will probably end up losing a lot more than you gain. Um, but then, hey, you might say, hey, maybe you know, things that um, no longer exist in this world, you might want to, hey, go back and keep it. The thing is, nothing's gonna last forever, right? So even you kind of go back, it's still only that small moment. It will never change the the outcome. So that's why it's okay to think about what happened in the past and create good memories. But when it already happened, sometimes it's not such a good idea to change this. Something just can't be changed. Anyway, let's just get back to building this further event before I got too emotional, which I don't want to record myself breaking down. Sometimes, just have a look for and see how awesome this set is. And no joke, I do think this set is pretty cool. Um, it's kind of unique design, although is it the right scale in terms of a van? I think with Lego cities, right? The scale is all over the place. So just look at it one as individual set, then you will find a lot more joy from it. Why I'm mentioning this? Because you can't have everything perfect, right? At the end of the day, this is just a toy, so you know you gotta have fun with it. Not like, hey, you you get something, you might be disappointed at things, but like nothing worth you to criticize it. Like some people say, hey, a lot of people doing Lego review and all they say is positive things. Sometimes it's really only positive things. Like what negative things that you can talk about, right? It's not like thing that's bad. People put a lot of effort in to design even simple set like this, um, and it's not easy. Uh, and people put lots of heart and effort to design all this. So nothing is bad. Like maybe most of the time, um, because not everyone have the spending power, or even people with spending power, they might have other priorities. So you might feel not the perfect one, or there's some disappointment because the money that you spend doesn't return a satisfaction that is on par with your expectation, right? But you know, is it really bad? No, like I never come across a Lego set which is not fun to build, or it breaks apart easily, or the bricks are not doesn't feel good to touch, right? Never. That might be said, hey, I feel like overpriced or overly simple, but at the same time, if you think about it, it's really, you know like as you can see, it's like 5 plus, right? To a little kid, right, having a set that they can have fun is more important, and that's the whole one of the objective in designing set like that. And you can't have everything expected to be like a Star Wars UCS Millennium Falcon level of detail. If you go that much detail, then it's not going to be playable. If you give such that to let's say 5 and 6 years old, unless they have specific interest in building experience, if it's just something that they want to play with to have fun, right? Until that they can play with the set. Not many young children will have the patience to get to that point. And moreover, the set is so big and it's quite heavy to actually have some fun with it, because it's designed to be a display piece for adult, right? Then you know it's not going to be popular among the target audience. That is quite important. And if you think about it in such angle, then you probably end up getting more joy from building a Lego set, even if it's a small set like this. And sometimes you get like cool parts, like the flame piece and cool minifigure torso and new hair piece. Like this one is another new hair piece from this year with the hearing aid. If you have seen my last video with the collectible minifigures, so they had one minifigure with the hearing aid. I think on another E is a different hairstyle. So once again, I look forward to the future to have similar style without the hearing aid. Not that I'm discriminating hearing difficulties, but I like to have various variation or various hairstyles that I can. I don't create big creation, but I do mix minifigure ups sometimes. That's why I love to have different minifigure hair or torso or hairstyles. You know, it's still my own creation. So if you can't or struggling to build something very complex, start with something simple. You might from this ignite a newfound focus or motivation to build something even bigger. And now we're building a cheeseburger. So it has a new cream bread tile for the burger buns. But while it's pretty nice, I do think this is actually not the first time they create something like this. I think the Lego Scooby-Doo theme has a much better brick build burger. This one is kind of flat, so it's more like the burger being like squashed by a toaster or something like that. But anyway, and we've got the round base plate with the round edges for the burger stand. Just make sure that I got the orientation right. So we're about to finish the set quite quickly. I think it's okay. I mean, it's a small set, right? And sometimes some small sets are good because it doesn't take you much time to get something done and fun. So it's pretty cool to have small sets. Not every day you need to build big sets. I also got the the Knuckles mech from the Sonic theme. So that one, um, I'm not sure if I want to do that tomorrow, but I want to build it soon because I really want the Knuckle minifigure, and that's the only set. And again, bought that with 10% off, not like this one like 25% off. But hey, any discount is good discount in today's climate. So yeah, I'm looking forward to build this. So there are a couple of 2024 set I currently haven't built yet. Like the the dream sets, the Sandman's Tower. This one I'm building now, the Knuckles mech, and I also bought one. The newer friend set, the one with the two houses. I forgot the set name. I actually bought this today on the way back home because there was a shop. I thought it was a physical shop, but actually it was an online only shop. But they have the physical uh, warehouse, and that set was retailed at $170, but they were selling like $123 million. That's like close to 30% off. It's a no-brainer because it's a really lovely looking set, and at that price, it's not going to be that common to have such low price. Um, even I mean, if it's not selling well, yeah, you get the clearance, but like, you're not sure how long you can wait, and by the time it's clearance, everyone just flock in and and buy it. So the stress of, hey, not being the first few person or the person that get into the clearance sale on time, and that's just too much stress. Saying this is just a hobby. If it generates such stress, then it's better not to continue. It's not going to be healthy. Less stress, the better. It's supposed to be enjoyable. So yeah, if you end up in a situation like that, just ask yourself, do you really need that thing? So sometimes if you see a good sale, I think, if it's 20% off, it's already pretty good. But because of the limited funds that I have this year, 30% is what I'm looking for. 40%, it's going to be really good, but if I keep expecting like 40 or 50% off, then I'm really being a dick, because people having a business try to make money and earn a living. And if I expect them to have such deep cut, they're not going to make any profit. In fact, the business is not going to make any money. Think about that. So although I want to minimize my own cost, but also think about what is a reasonable price when you look for discount. Of course, cheaper the better, but you can't expect everything to be that cheap all the time. But if you discover there's a really good deal, nothing stopping you to pursue that deal, but just don't set expectation that, hey, people have to sell you certain things at a very discounted price. Anyway, there's actually not very detailed, but there's enough here that you can see there's a burger grill there. I wish there's some flame or fire effects or actual griller, but that's okay. Given that it's a small Lego City set, I set my expectation right, so I able to maximize the fun. Because if you're expecting some UCS level details in such, I mean, if they could feed that in, of course, then if you extra points, right? But don't expect like it's going to be having such extraordinary details in such a small set. Because if you think about it, it's quite unreasonable. It's like what I mentioned in some of my earlier videos, because Lego has certain like thickness and size. Sometimes you just have to set your expectation right, because if everything going to be so detailed, then everything will be so big. With a small set, you just don't have the necessary flexibility to get such detail into a very small sets. And small sets are sometimes very enjoyable because you're really able to finish the build like within 20-25 minutes. So sometimes things happen and lost the audio. I don't know why, because I think the mic was still having some battery, but I did charge last night after finished the video, but well, it happened. If we get to this point, thanks for bear with me until this point. But yeah, unfortunately, lost some of the talk. Again, I don't kind of say it was spontaneous talk, so I don't have any transcript. So instead of just cutting off the video, I really want the video as it is, but I do have to speed up because this is 5 minutes. Um, you know, putting music there wouldn't help much, so I just speed it up and adding this clip just to explain what happened. But yeah, it was very sad that lost the audio again. Pretty sure I charged the mic. I'm not sure why, but sometimes it happened. But anyway, it's getting pretty late, so we'll go to bed, and hopefully tomorrow is a better day.